Hello students. Now we are going to read about chapter how, when and where. This is the chapter of class 8th, first chapter of history. This particular chapter will discuss about the dates, periodization and surveys. What is the importance of dates in history? We will complete this chapter in two lectures. In first lectures we have to discuss about dates and importance of dates. So, since earliest times, historians have been debating on the dates of history. When were rulers crowned and when were battles fought? History come to become synonymous with dates. Misconceptions about remembrance of dates in history became popular. History is definitely about changes which have taken place. We can write this. So, history is definitely about changes which have taken place over a period of time. It identifies how things were in the past and how have they changed in the present. So, the past is referred to as before. As well, and present is known as is referred as after. Most people take things for granted and do not want to consider historical questions we ponder over. We do not take the trouble to know what we see today was always there or not. At times, however, we are eager. At times, however, we are eager to know the history of certain events. While drinking tea, we may wonder when was tea invented. Likewise, you may also like to know how people got to know about latest news in the past. All these questions related to time take us back to the notion of time. It is, however, not necessary that time is always based on a date or month. It is not easy to fix precise dates. In fact, giving a fixed date for starting off a process is very difficult. Thus, for instance, it is very difficult to jot down one single particular date on which British began ruling in India or when the national movement began in India. In history, we can only refer to an approximate time span of events which may have taken in a certain time period. However, we will still continue to associate history with a series of dates. This is because at one point of time, history was concerned with big accounts of rulers, their battles, their coronations, their marriages, death, and the successors. For events like these, dates still hold importance. In history, we have tried to know how people earned their livelihood, what they produced, how cities developed, how new ideas developed, and how cultures and society changed over a span of time. Now we are going to see which dates are important. There are certain criteria for making dates important. Dates are not important on their own. We make dates important by focusing on a particular event. In histories written by British historians, dates are very important as Governor General took over and retired on certain dates. We can cite an example of the coronation of Warren Hastings as the first Governor General or that of the end of the British rule with the last Viceroy, Lord, Lord Mountbatten. In between, there were several Viceroy who succeeded. These included Hastings, Wellesley, Bentinck, Dalhousie, Ripon, Curzon, Irwin, etc. All dates in history books were related to achievements of important personalities. When we write history, it is divided into chapters, which is periodized on the basis of these dates. So the next concern is A Scottish political philosopher, James Mill, in 1817 brought out a three-volume work that is a history of British India. Mill divided India into three periods. What were that? First, Hindu. Second, Muslim. And third one and last is British. Mill divided India into three periods: Hindu, Muslim, and British. This way of periodization of Indian history was accepted widely. By dividing history into three parts, we demarcate it into a chronological order, changes which took place from one period to another. James Mill regarded Asians as uncivilized. He believed that Europeans could civilize Indians. For him, Indian history before British was marked by Hindu and Muslim despots. India was characterized by religious intolerance, caste hierarchy, ignorance, and orthodoxy. Mill believed that the uncivilized India could be awakened and made happy. In Mill's opinion, British rule represented progress and civilization. The period before British rule was the rule of darkness. Apart from Mill's classification, historians divided Indian history into three periods, and that is so as we said, apart from Mill's classification, historians divided Indian history into three periods, that is ancient, medieval, and modern. The periodization in India is based on Western history. The medieval age was a society eluded from reason, while British rule led to exploitation without any progress. Indian historians categorized this period as a colonial.